What's going on, guys? JS Pyro here, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Duviri Paradox reveal trailer. Now, I have not seen this yet, and this is post New War. And the reason why I have not seen it yet is it came from a time when I didn't do trailer reactions on the channel yet, and being afraid of being spoiled for the quest, I avoided them like the plague. But now that I do trailer reactions, and you guys seem to enjoy them, I decided now is as good a time as any, with the New War being done, and the next big update being the Duviri Paradox, that we go ahead and finally take a look at this thing. So with that being said, I have not seen anything about this yet, but I do know a couple of things. I do know this is where the idea of adult operators started circulating from. And I do know that this is kind of a possible void-centered update, if you will. Possible open world. Those are about the only things I know about the Duviri Paradox, because it's been a while and obviously some things are gonna, get through. But I have not seen the trailer, so let's go ahead and check this out. Alright. Okay, so we got the Zeramon suit here. Oh, did this be the Drifter? It's interesting, we already got the black and white kind of look from the end of the quest, and holy shit. Wait, that's the thing from the Tempestari quest, isn't it? The one that we saw flying through the void? Dude, that thing is a lot bigger in this trailer than it is in that quest, I'll tell you what. Kind of cool if that's like the raid boss. Imagine this is an open world, and that's actually like the new boss. That'd be kind of cool. Ah, okay, so that's the mask. I was told specifically about a mask in that came from the Duviri trailer that I missed in the quest, so I'm guessing that's what they're talking about right there. Looks very interesting. Oh, is that the Zeramon? Is that the 10-0? It kind of looks a little different, though. Interesting. Alright. What do we got? The world looks crazy, though. Look at all this detail. So who is this, huh? Yo! Okay, wait a minute. That looks like a Dax soldier, but it's different somehow. And that is definitely a horse, which is a plus for me, because if you didn't tell, I'm a fan of horses. Okay, trying to use our void powers, but they can't. So obviously drifter connections here. So yeah, this is definitely a drifter reveal. Yep, that pretty much confirms. Wait, beards? Why don't we get beards now? I want a beard. I hope that's coming. Okay, so this is the operator. So is this like the other version of us, like across the universe? Putting in what looks like a Tigris down in that hole there. I didn't actually get a good look at it. I think it was the Tigris. So is this taking place in the void itself? Dude, that is so fucking dope. Oh man, if we're getting horses in Warframe, please DE. Please let me use them on all the open worlds. That'd be dope. Dude. Okay, gotta pull that gun out. So that's kind of interesting, because in the quest, our drifter helps us. So is this like us helping them? That's really interesting. That definitely is a Tigris. That is definitely the Tigris. Dude, come on, D, give us. I would love to have a beard on my drifter. Oh man, I hope that comes. I really do. Oh man, oh, that's gonna be so cool to have like a, oh man, I know like most of the open world kind of like the K drive and stuff are just kind of gimmicky and stuff, but like, oh man, at least can you at least release a skin for that, for like our pets or something? That'd be cool. Or like make it a new pet, dude. Okay, so that's very, very, very interesting. It definitely looks like it takes place in the void. So is that the Duviri? Because I heard something called the Plains of Duviri. I heard it referred to as the Plains of Duviri before. I'm sorry. So that's very interesting. All right. A lot to talk about there. That's assume that's up. Yeah, that's it. All right. So a lot to talk about there. Interesting. So let's go back here real quick and just go through it a bit. So we have this, and this looks like to me, it's very interesting because, like I said, I've heard this place referred to as the Plains of Duviri. So the idea is it's probably another open world. If I had to guess, probably Orokin faction in nature, because we already have Infested, we already have a Corpus, we already have a Grenier open world, and partly kind of sentient with the whole Plains of Eidolon. But this could be, I'm assuming this is very Orc. You know what? Actually, what got me thinking. So in theory, the Drifter is the version of us that didn't get like rescued, right? From the Zeramon, right? And that means in their universe, right? The Warframes were never made, the war was never stopped, blah blah blah. The point is, we didn't exist. Us in our incarnation and the Warframes and all of that didn't happen. So we never end up actually wiping out the Orokin race. So what if in their universe the Orokin go on to become powerful enough to actually do it, like actually defeat the sentients and actually move on with their plans? Like if they were allowed to build, you know? I wonder if that's what this is all about. Maybe like this is the Orokin faction on the other side, if it actually got to flourish more, right? Which would be really interesting. With that being said, though, that's really cool. So if we go on a little bit further here, of course we had the big this void worm thing, which is really massive, and I did not expect that scale. I mean, just look how big that is. That is freaking huge. Anyway, of course we have the mask here. Someone was kind enough in the comments to let me know that there was a mask on the Zeramon that I missed out on, and that's not because I didn't that I missed it. It was because I didn't know anything about it. I didn't watch the trailer, so therefore I wouldn't have recognized that reference. But going back through, I did actually end up seeing where it was. It's like in the hanging from a tree and stuff, which is really cool. Sorry, I got sorry, but sorry, sinuses. Gotta love them. Anyway, the mask was hanging from a tree where the statue of Albric and Trotty was, and that's really interesting. I wonder what the mask represents and why they wear it. Maybe it's a mask to help through void exposure. What if it's like actually a mask that helps with the void exposure, because you know, the adults kind of went mad and the kids kind of starting to go mad too, so maybe this is their way of coping with void exposure now, given that they're not a proper Tenno, right? Which is going to be interesting to look at. There's going to be a lot of cool things in the Duviri Paradox, I believe. But there we go. We got the Zeramon, and it looks different. It looks like it has like a whole addition added to it. Like, you know, this bit. Maybe this is because this was a design, like an early design of the Zeramon before the War of Inquest. The new War Quest. Maybe this was their original design for it, or a new design that they just decided not to go with. I don't know. But I've always loved the idea of the Zeramon's design because it harkens back to a really, really old trailer for Warframe. If I remember correctly, there was like a really, really old trailer for, back in its concept days that had a ship that looked like this, and it was really cool that they brought it forward. But regardless, more Zeramon stuff will definitely be nice. More explanations. And it's got this kind of weird aura around it. Like, you see this, right? This looks just weird to me. Like, all of this is interesting. This whole black and white scheme as well, with the color and the black and white, because we saw the black and white with Wally in his appearance at the end of the new War Quest. So I'm not exactly sure exactly what it entails, but it'll be very interesting to see. With that being said, of course, we come here, and back here, where is it? There it is. Back here, you can see the Dax soldier walking up, and here you can see like a lot of the different foliage that's coming around here. You can definitely tell it's in the void because of the sky being very void-esque. But this really interesting metal stuff that looks, from at first glance, I didn't notice it at first, but it looks very eerily similar to some of the stuff that we saw aboard the Zeramon in the new War Quest. which is really interesting. So is this like just a material manifestation from the void? Like it's actually like void matter, if you will. I don't know. All I know is that horses coming to Warframe is probably small to you guys, but it's a huge big deal for me because, you know, favorite animal, namesake of the channel, for one. But this here is definitely a Dax soldier. It looks like they had that disc on their back as well, but it looks very different. Like, this is what makes me think this might be like the Orokin, like a future version of the Orokin if they were allowed to continue to progress. Or maybe this is just void corrupted Orokin. I don't know, but this is a really cool design. And I can't wait to hear its explanation in the next major update for Warframe, which is going to be the Duviri Paradox. Really, really interesting stuff here. As you can see here, the horse is more like a skeleton on the inside. So I wonder if this is actually living or is it technology? Maybe it's like the Orokin Towers, where they're like biological but in nature, but at the same time not necessarily conventionally living, right? I don't know. Be really interesting to see though. But here, as you can see, it's almost like the horse itself is like missing parts. Like you can see that the shell has been cracked in here, so maybe there was actually a full on actual shell here. Be really cool to actually see the original design minus the wear and tear. Very, very sick in my opinion. And I hope that they add these to the game, that they do allow us to actually have different skins for them and such like that. As you can see here, this is the part where the Tenno is trying to use their void powers and cannot, which draws interesting questions. One of my theories is that the reason why the Drifter couldn't use void powers is obviously because they never got them to begin with. So why did they get them in the new war quest right at the end? And now that they have them, can they keep them? And so my theory is that in that moment, the Drifter was planning to switch to the Operator. As we all know, he switches to the Operator in that moment with the Lotus, right? And my theory is that because he was switching for a brief moment, because the two existed in the same reality and were like kind of linked together because they were switching places, there was a moment where they collided into each other, and this allowed the Drifter a brief moment to share our powers, right? Albeit maybe temporarily. I don't know. Or maybe another theory is that's more probably credible, is that maybe the Drifter didn't have them yet because he never got them in his universe, but by being in our universe, by being in the Tenno's universe that did get them, maybe like in time the reality kind of caught up to him, because he's technically us and we are supposed to have the powers in that universe, but he is us and he doesn't, and so maybe the reality like saw this and tried to correct it by giving him powers. I don't know. That makes sense in my head. Sorry if that was confusing as hell, but it makes sense in my head. Basically, he has them in our universe, but not in his universe, right? Because of that. Maybe that's why he can't use them here. But that being said, it gets knocked over, mask falls off, and then of course we get the beards. Please, DE, let us be able to use beards on our male characters. That would be sick. Please. As we can see here, this is the younger version of obviously him, the one from the other universe, which is interesting. And they're basically dropping a Tigris down in here for the Drifter. And you can see here for a brief moment. Let's play here. It's really interesting how that works. Like, what are these in general? But as you can see here, it's almost like the Operator notices the Drifter. Like, it definitely seems like they are aware of each other's existence in this moment. And then you can see he gets startled by something, and then, yeah. So that's really interesting. There. A lot to be explained here. But then, of course, the Dax soldier comes in, tries to attack him. He goes for the gun, pulls it up, bam, shot, done. And then he's badass riding on the horse, really badass. And hold on a second. I wanted to check something while we were doing a breakdown, because hold on. This. Yes! Yes! Yes, yes. Okay. So that's confirmed. I heard this when I watched the trailer the first time, and I wanted to go back and listen to it. So in the new war quest, though, you can hear the drifter whistling a tune, right? And this definitely matches, right? That you hear it right here. Hold on, let me get back here. There. Yeah, you can kind of hear it there a little bit. So I do think that what the drifter is whispering, whistling, is the Duviri theme. That is just a badass shot right there, let me tell you. But yeah, Duviri Paradox not released here yet, unfortunately. And God, after watching that trailer, I am definitely excited to see what they do with it, especially now that we're post New War. But yeah, that is it. I have some theories coming up for Warframe. Some of them are having a hard time with because the quest is not replayable. The New War quest isn't replayable, and I don't have footage without my camera being in the way, which is really unfortunate for me. So I'm debating on whether or not I should wait for the quest to become replayable, or actually go and get someone else's footage, which would suck. No commentary playthrough or something. I don't know. It would suck, but I do have a lot of theories I'm concocting right now. I just did a look into the Unum a little bit more, and I found something interesting, which I'm surprised I didn't notice before. It didn't catch my eye before, but I noticed something about the Narmer, like the whole veil thing they were wearing. I wanted to just figure out what that was, because he obviously had a red substance, and I was thinking it was like Kuva based. But interestingly enough, I found out while doing some more research on the Unum that she has something called Temple Kuva, which is a new form of Kuva that I was previously not yet aware of. I knew about the Crimson Kuva, I knew about the Blue Kuva, I did not know about Temple Kuva. And that gives me an idea, because I do believe that the Temple Kuva is what we're looking at here when it came to the Veils. Which would explain why the Sentients attacked the Tower of Unum in the first place. Regardless, I got a lot of stuff coming up, theories to be made, but I'm just kind of deciding how I want to go about doing it. So I apologize for the wait. But that being said, that takes care of that. Let me guys know what you're looking forward to in the Duviri Paradox, and if you're excited for the horses like me, would love to hear it. But yeah, if I missed anything, let me know in the comments below, and I appreciate all your guys' support. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, make sure you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, because I will be playing Duviri Paradox when it comes out. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.